If this landed on your page, God is telling you to watch this, because I am telling you, every single thing is going to work out for you. All the dreams, all the desires, all the things that you have in your heart that God put there, because God put your desires within you. It is all going to work out. And the reason why it's going to work out is not because of what you might believe, not because of what most Christians teach, which is it all just comes to fruition, right? It all just happens. That is not why it's going to work out for you, because that actually is a lie. It isn't actually just going to happen, okay? And you're different than what most people believe, because you know that it takes work. You know that you must partner with God in business and build the business with your hands in order for you to receive the prosperity that God has for you. You know that it's not going to just happen. And that is why it will happen for you quicker than it will for any other person. Any prosperity gospel teacher says, just have faith and it's going to come. It ain't going to come unless you build the business, unless you invest in yourself, unless you read the books, unless you get the mentor, unless you do what's necessary in order to build it. And that, my friend, is why every single desire in your heart is going to come true. It is going to come true because you know that. You know the secret. God has revealed the secret to you. The secret between the person who continues to struggle financially, the person who continues to be a victim, versus you who decides, I'm going to rise above that. I am not a victim. I'm a victor. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And because you are watching this video still, you were obedient when God said, watch this, then I'm going to break down exactly how to make every single one of those desires come true, okay? And I'm going to show you through the $1 Million Purpose Method, because this is the method that God gave me to be able to share with you, and that has transformed me financially through how I see myself, through the person and the impact that I'm able to give on the world. It gave me a platform on social media, or God did, through this method, okay? And I'm going to break it down step by step for you. Okay, step 1 in the $1 Million Purpose Method is to clarify. Clarify your calling. Clarify the reason God put you on this earth. Because when you know why, then you will know how. When you know why, then, and only then, will you know how. So that's why in $1 Million Purpose University, which is my flagship program, to help Christian women to earn an income online through their purpose, that is why we start with your purpose first. And that is why my students are so successful, because they start there. They don't start with what's going to make me the most money, or doing market research to figure out what's already out there, etc., etc., etc. God created you uniquely, and He is going to give you a specific calling to be able to build your business on, be able to create that wealth on, a kingdom brand, okay? So step 2, naturally, is building your kingdom brand. You are going to receive a kingdom brand from God, and you're going to build everything around that. You're going to build everything around that. Because if you know your brand, you know your kingdom brand, you know exactly what to create for people. You know the offers to create. You know the products to create. You know the people you're called to serve. But only if first you know your kingdom brand. And then you commit to building it, because it's not enough just to know it. Knowing it, a lot of people have had great ideas for kingdom brands. Great things. They know they should talk about certain things on social media, but guess what? They never do it. And that is why it's important that you get a mentor. That you invest in yourself, in your business, in your future. So that that person can help you through, if they're doing what you want to do, then it would be a good idea for you to learn from them, so you can speed up the process and not make the same mistakes that they did in order to get there. So you're going to build this kingdom brand brick by brick by brick. And you don't have to take a long time to do it. This can happen with me. It took me, once God gave me my kingdom brand, I went from 80 to 8,000 followers on Instagram in 45 days. 80 to 8,000 within 45 days. That's God growth, because I knew my kingdom brand. And if you want to learn your kingdom brand, then I encourage you to watch the free training in my bio, where I break down exactly how to create that and exactly how to discover that. All right, and then step 3 is to receive the abundance that God has for you. This is hard for most Christians because we believe that wealth is wicked and that poverty is holiness. And it's quite the opposite, because the person who needs money, who has to have it, who has to pay their bills, who has to survive, who has to take care of their children, and the children are hungry, and they don't know how they're going to get groceries, and they don't know how they're going to pay their bills, and they don't have a home, they don't have this, that, or the third, just regular basic necessities. Those are the people who are obsessed with money. Those are the people who think about money more often than the people who have it, because they don't have to think about it. I don't have to think about money. I don't have to worship money because I'm able to create it using God's gifts that he placed on my life. I'm able to create it. And that's why I have 2 notifications on my phone right now from $500 coming in overnight, in the middle of the night, because I can create it with God. I wouldn't want to do it any other way than with God. And that's the difference that most Christians don't know, because you have to do it with God in order for it not to be a source of worship or a source of something that, again, the love of money is the root of all evil, not money, the love. And you're going to love money. You're going to be in that headspace a lot more if you're poor, broke down, busted, and disgusted, right? So doing it with God is the game changer. And you can receive the abundance that God has for you because you're going to know it's from God. You're going to know it's from God because you are going to be working with God throughout this entire process. And it is a beautiful thing when you can get out of the mindset of, I can't receive this because it's bad. You won't ever be able to receive it if you think it's bad.
What?
Stop messing with that. So, clarify, build, and receive. Clarify your calling, build your kingdom brand, and receive the abundance God has for you. And when you do that, that is how you'll know that every single desire that you have is going to come true. And it's all going to work out for you. In Jesus' mighty name, amen.